Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show brought to you by Bet365. We got the whole squad of four here as the Avs are taking on the Wings in I don't know, if you want to call it a rivalry game, fine. I'm fine with it. Do whatever you want. The rivalry's dead to me, though. I'm not going to lie to you.
You're dead to me.
It's fine.
Man.
I just don't care about this team at all. They can make the playoffs, and then maybe I'll start caring about them. That's where I'm at with it. For the Avs side of things,
hater-ass energy. Unbelievable.
It is Eustace Annunen in net for Colorado tonight, so you guys get your wish of resting Georgiev. Happy for you. Expectations from Colorado tonight. They're going for a winning streak. Detroit is a bubble team in the East. Safe to say it's a team the Avs should beat, but where are we at on the must-win-o-meter? You guys were very adamant about the last couple games being must-wins. Is this one just as important, or is this one you just take how it comes?
Yeah, you got to keep winning.
Okay.
Especially road games. Now that you're not on a gigantic road trip, about two of them, to be honest, Detroit's not great. Like,
it's true.
You have to be able to beat teams like this on the road. If you're going to beat real playoff teams on the road, you have to be able to beat like the Detroit Red Wings. Like,
yeah.
I just you have to win this game, in my opinion. You want to continue to build. You had such a bad start to your 10-game segment that the only way to salvage it is to keep winning games.
If you win tonight, you're back to 500.
Yeah, winning two games,
yeah.
and then, now you drop another one, and then, your schedule gets a little tougher over the next handful. This is the...
Make your life easy.
Yeah, this is the worst team that you play. You play them twice in the next 2 weeks.
It's true.
Take care of business here. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any nonsense. This is the time of year where all the rationalization goes away. You have to win games.
I think it's been great to get contributions from secondary places, Jack Johnson, Ryan Johansson, but tonight feels like a night for the top stars just because of how good Detroit's forward depth is from lines 1 through 4. And I want to see that continue for players like Johansson, not necessarily counting on Jack Johnson solely, but on the topic of back-end contributions, it's a game where players like Bowen Byram, who have looked really comfortable, Gerard, but especially Cale Makar, who's been kept off the score sheet through 6 games. It's so unlike him. I just want to see some big games then from players like that, including the top line. I noticed in the title, I think Mikko Rantanen is touched on there.
That was on purpose, yeah.
And it's a fair call out. I want to see big games from Mikko Rantanen, and I want to see Nathan MacKinnon get a point that isn't, a contribution on an empty net goal. Yeah. I'm not disappointed in McKinnon's play as of late. Just want to see that top line really working together well.
I agree with everything. What I want to see is Frank the Tank. You know what I mean? Like, got to go streaking. I agree with AJ. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to get punched in the mouth again, and then you're going, oh, here we go again. And then you're coming back home, and you're like, okay, we got to start another, streak. You just got two that were greased out. They weren't that easy, right? I mean, it was just tough circumstances coming back from the road and missing Logan, and obviously he's back tonight. But there were some circumstances that were not easy. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, I hate the word must win, but you want to win because you want to keep the streaking going. Frank the Tank, right? And then that's my point here. You want to be able to do what you're supposed to do. You're rested. You're a better team than them. Go do what you need to do to be the victorious, like the team on the W side of things. So, yeah, it's almost like you said, a must win in that aspect, but I expect they will come out swinging. I expect Detroit to come out swinging too, but I expect the Avs to come out swinging more and get on top of it.
As Megan mentioned, with Mikko, it's kind of obvious that you need better play there. Yep. But I think even for someone like MacKinnon, yes, the point streak at home is fun, and he gets to keep that cool. We are at the point in the season where playing well doesn't really mean a whole lot. Wins mean a whole lot. And For the Avs to win consistently, guys like McKinnon, guys like McCarr, guys like Rantanen have to meaningfully contribute most nights. It's awesome that they got a win off of Ryan Johansson and Jack Johnson the other day. But you cannot go into any game expecting those to be the guys that are going to get you the win. They can help you, they can chip in, but it's got to be the big guys that really win for you.
I love your point because I hear that and I get so mad. Like, oh, but if it wasn't for McKinnon, no shit, no crap. Like, they're built that way. They're built with McKinnon. They're built with Rantanen. They're built with McCarr. That's how they're built. So play to your identity, and it's exactly the point you're making.
Yep. If you take the best player off any team, it's going to be a lot harder for them to win. The Avs aren't living that reality. They have those best players. They just need to show up and
Wow.
play. Yeah. I know. Deep thought. I know. Let's get to your 3 keys on the night. How are the Avs going to get this done beyond just good players being good?
Well, very important. Like, again, it seems like we talked about that on that road trip there last, whatever it was, 3 months or so. I'm kidding. It feels like they were on the road forever, but we talked about it a lot last time. It's smart road habits. It sounds cliche. It sounds stupid, but you got to be able to manage. You're at that point right now, like, you want results. In order to get results, you got to play playoff hockey, and you got to play the right way. So manage the puck. Know your assignments on the face-off, right before it starts. Don't just all of a sudden the puck drops, you lose the draw. You're like, where do I go? It's important to be a step ahead than the guy next to you. Nothing flashy, but press the gas. Play to your identity. The Avs are fast. The Avs go at teams. Do it, but I don't want to say the safe and cautious because that kills you as the Avs, but go with the way you're supposed to do it, which is the right way. And you hear Bednar talk about that all the time. Defend with a purpose. Have a plan. Same thing as I was talking about on face-offs. When you get out there, have a plan. What's my exit right now if we win? What's my exit if we lose? What's my purpose? Have a plan with your sticks. Be above pucks. Details of the structure of the game. You're at game, whatever it is, almost 60, right? It should be ingrained. I don't care if you're in a different system, if you came from a different team. Now it should be ingrained in your brain, and I think you should just go on autopilot now and play, but make sure you're on top of it. And the wing players, they can score. They got a boatload of goals, so you better be on your toes. You better be sharp in your own end. And number 3, win the games within the game. I mean, we talk about it all the time, but this is crucial on the one-day trip. Special teams battle. Win it. Just win it. Right? At some point, like, dominate it.
Certainly don't lose it.
Don't lose it. Save percentage tonight. Eustace got to have a bigger save percentage than the guy across from you. And then dominate the faceoffs because the Avs are a different team when they start chasing the puck. And if they start chasing the puck, the Wings have some guys, as we know, with Perron and guys like that. They can create stuff. So, you know what? Make them chase you and not the other way around.
We've seen Colorado play both very well and quite poorly in front of their backups, third strings, whatever you want to call Annunen at this point. Are the Avs in a position to play the right way in front of Annunen, or is it going to be Annunen that needs to help out the guys in front of him a little bit, particularly given the struggles we've seen from a Cale Makar type player lately?
They had one of their best defensive games in a long time that I've seen last game. So if they can play similarly in that way, then the rest is up to Eustace Annunen. And honestly, I'd like to see Eustace have a game that isn't just because of the team supporting him, but also because he's playing very well on an individual level. So far, he's been given games, lots of high volume and traffic in front of the net, and they've been 4-goal games. I want to see something a little bit cleaner from the team in front of him, but also Eustace Annunen.
Same story as Georgiev, 2 or less tonight. Is that the goal? That's a soft maybe.
3 or less.
3 or less. He gets 1 extra for being the backup.
I'll just be quick, then I'll give the floor to AJ. But I always say break it down in quarters each period, right? 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. 4 times 5 is 20. French or English, it's 20. But don't have a debacle in one of those quarters. You know what I mean? And that's where my beef is with Georgie, right? You know what I mean? In those games, in that stretch, where last game he didn't do it.
Yep.
Right? It was like, okay, gave up that one. You're like, oh, it's fine. Again, it was guy's by himself.
When it's just
but on
one,
the other
it's fine,
side,
yeah.
but on the other side, McKinnon gets stopped.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
By their goaltender. So then all of a sudden it didn't slide to 2 or 3, like it's been, and you're like, what the hell is going on? Now, we felt that Georgie had a great game last game. Walks out of there, you didn't even make your save thing of 26 saves,
Yeah, he
right?
didn't
So
even need it,
he wasn't that busy, but he was what he needed to be. So I think Eustace tonight just needs to be what he needs to be,
Okay.
and which is be better than the guy across from him. And then don't have a debacle of a 5 minutes here and there in any one of those quarters.
Just nothing free.
Sure.
That's all I ask. If you get beat by a DeBrincat or a Larkin, one of these guys that's really good, fine. Just nothing free. Don't have one that hits your arm that you get 85% of and it drops
Just
down and you
trickles in,
accidentally
yeah.
kick it in because you're moving back. None of this nonsense. Just nothing free. Don't make them earn it. And if they earn it and they beat you, that's hockey.
So be it,
All right. I feel like we may have already covered some of these, but who's going to go to Circle K and eat in this hockey game tonight? Eric, you go first because we always steal yours. So you're getting this one in.
I'm getting different ones now because I always give you guys the floor. And so I had sent it to Tiff, but I love that shift so much on the PK last game. Not because he's French, but because it was an outstanding shift at a very important time in the game, I'm going to go with Sammy G. I love this game. Was it perfect? Did he make mistakes last game? No. But I loved his audacity. I loved he had balls. Like, he tried stuff, but he was awesome, and he defended. And, he wasn't perfect, but he gave it his all. So that's my guy tonight for Circle K. Eater of the night.
Quality defense. You get some of those. I don't want to call Sammy a depth guy, but he's certainly not a top pairing guy.
Exactly.
Helps out a lot. Stick with the couch. Who else is eating?
Kale McCarr. He had a great defensive game. Also created some pretty good chances, just didn't convert in the last game. And because he's been kept off the score sheet through 6 games, he's who I'd really like to see get back on it.
He's due. He's due for something big. Hopefully he can allow us to post our graphic. AJ?
I'm going to go with Logan O'Connor coming back into the lineup.
Fun pick.
So I just think that his absence was so notable between the difference between the line, the Wood and Colton without him.
Sure.
Was still effective, was still good, but with him, it's one of the better lines out there.
Yep.
One of the better depthish lines in the league. So I just think his presence alongside those two.
Lock in that line for Colorado.
And so, I would like to personally further Megan's campaign for Logan O'Connor as mayor of Denver. So, since she didn't take him, I will.
Yes. If we can make this big enough,
I'm here for
we'll
it.
advocate for
Just
shirts.
like,
I can't promise that.
Is it like one of those crosswords where the O has LOC going vertically and the mayor going horizontally? I don't know.
I like that.
I like that, actually.
No, I like that.
All right. My pick is Arturi Lehkonen. And I'm taking Lehkonen for the specific reason of we all want the Stars to show up. We all want the Stars to play at the highest level. Part of that for me is for a guy like Lecky to be behind them and say, look, I'll take care of the dirty stuff. I'll take care of the defensive end. You go be Nathan McKinnon, dunk on these nerds and score 3 goals on them. All right? Don't worry about it. And I know Druin plays on that top line too, and Bednar will switch him up, whatever, fine. Lehkonen is the guy for me that has to be, as AJ would say, the adult in the top 6 right now.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's got to keep everything together and open up the avenues for the Stars to do superstar stuff. So that's why I'm taking Lecky as a pathway to success for the Avs' best forwards. That's where I'm going. If you're going to eat something, go with Circle K. Get the Inner Circle rewards today at circlek.com/inner circle. Yeah, he's already got the chips cracked and open, ready to go for tonight's game. You get fantastic deals on stacks every single weekend for game day. And when you sign up for the rewards, you can get 25 cents off a gallon on your first 5 fill-ups and other amazing deals, including 5 free Polar Pops. So go check them out. Get with the Inner Circle today. Looking at tonight, they're in the pizza arena, pizza arena, as we call it. Are you content with the way the Avs have been scoring goals lately? Look, obviously, Ryjo goals, one's fortunate bounce, one's from outside, but if puck finds its way in. Or do you need to see the Avs go to Pizza Hut a little bit more? And I don't just mean, look, Miles Wood's going to drive the net. Great. LOC's going to drive the net. I'm talking about the top guys, the guys we want to see produce, like a Mikko Rantanen. Do they need a little bit more of a hard-nosed game tonight, or can they get away without skilling the opponents?
I'll jump in first, but I think AJ and I were talking the other day. Like, we're talking about Mikko's biggest thing is his shot, right? Well, we all know that, but... And he's a little gun shy right now. He's a little bit like, I don't know. But if you go back, rewind the tape 20 games, when he had that little streak there, he went to Pizza Hut. Tonight it's Little Caesars, right? Because it's Little Caesars Arena. But you want to go get pizza, sometimes you just can't wait for the nice, beautiful Sunday on a one-timer. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get greasy. You got to get dirty. And it's not just for Miles Wood and O'Connor and those guys. It's... When you're in it right now, like, he's not really producing, like, you got to get dirty. He's the big moose. He's a big guy. So if he gets inside that pizza slice there tonight, I think he gets rewarded, and then not once, but by multiple times.
It's where he scored most of his goals this year, so.
It's true.
Where
we
you
need
at?
the chip shot.
I just want to see Mikko Rantanen give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm not even going as far to talk about how he needs to score goals tonight. I just want to see him care.
Just effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because usually when he cares,
the Avs win.
yeah, good results follow. He's supremely talented. Drawing it out of him seems to be the real challenge here. So,
Without
Not gonna argue.
Nichushkin, it's just one less player willing to do that.
Yeah.
And so there are guys like Mikko who need to step up in that way. It's why Ryan Johansson was effective last game, and it's probably the way he stays effective. So he needs to also be somebody that's looking for that in his game.
All right. I'm here for it. To be honest with you, at the end of the day, I don't care how they score their goals as long as they score enough to win. But sometimes math ain't hard. You do the right things, you play the right way, you probably score more goals.
score a power play goal.
That'd be cool too. Do that. You got to shoot the puck to do that. Turns
And you
out.
would think Detroit's probably a playoff style game for them, right? Considering where they are.
They got to
I mean,
win them all right now. That's
they're
how
in
they
that
feel.
mode right
Yeah.
now. They're in that spring mode right now. They want to get in the dance, and it's not do or die, but it's do or die time, for them. So that's where they're at.
I would also love to be a part of keeping Detroit out of the postseason. So don't give them any points.
Pencil in JT Comfer for a hat trick.
Well, JT Confer and David Perron are both scoring in this game. It just needs to be.
Does DP usually score against the Avs?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
it needs to be the only goals. Those are the two he's allowed to give up.
Nobody else is allowed to
He's a
score.
good player, man.
All right, fair enough. Let's get to my bets. I didn't put the X-Player curse on this one. I did go with some Avs positive bets on this one, including I think Annanen's going to play well, but I think they're going to need him to make some saves. He's going to have to do some of the work himself. I took the over on saves. Took the Avs to cover, though. I do think they can outscore their Detroit opponents here tonight. And I took my Eater and Lehkonen for an anytime goal.
That's where Lehkonen is.
Because I gotta hit up my homie. I gotta believe in my man. Go with your bets. Go with my bets. Whatever you want to do. Of course, the X-Player curse is always a great bet to make. We know that all too well here, but I wasn't gonna acknowledge it on my actual bets with Bet365. You can get over with Bet365 today. Sign up with the DNVR 365 code. When you do, they will make a safety net insurance on your first bet up to $1,000. That means the first $1,000 or less bet, it could be a $2 bet if that's what you want. If you miss it, they'll put $2 right back into your account, or however much money it is you bet, up to $1,000. Get it with Bet365. Go over there and use the DNVR 365 code when you sign up. If you want to use my bets, even if I'm stupid and wrong, the insurance has you covered. Use that DNVR 365 code. Of course, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. Kind of winding things down here on the pregame, but if you're Colorado, who's the one guy you're really locking in and stopping tonight? Is it DeBrincat? Is it Larkin? Is it someone else on the Detroit team? Is there a guy you're looking at their lineup and saying, don't let this guy beat you?
Still in Larkin.
Okay.
I'm going to go DP57.
All right. The guy who always beats you? Got
I
it.
know, I love him. I do.
Patrick Kane.
Can never sleep on Patrick Kane, unfortunately. Even as he's getting older, he's still very good at hockey.
Love the Avs growing up too, by the way. Patrick Kane. Watched that
A lot of
Stanley
people
Cup.
did.
You
A lot
watched
of
that-
people
you
did.
watched that Stanley Cup video, and
In that era, a lot
was
of
his
people
big
love the
thing, yeah.
Avs.
true story.
I would say the dude in net. I feel like a few too often times when the Avs struggle, it's because they make the other goalie look like a superstar. Sometimes that goalie is playing like a superstar. Sometimes the Avs have thrown 20 pucks right into the guy's logo. Beat some
Wing
goalies.
wheel.
Make your life easier that way. That's all I got. Any final thoughts from anybody else on this pregame? Nope. All right. We'll get out of here for this one. There is no watch along today. The Nuggets also play, so you're going to have to live without us for that one. We will be back in the watch alongs very soon, though. At very least, tune into our post game where we'll break down whatever happened, good, bad, or otherwise, in this hockey game. We hope to see you there, and we will talk to you later.
We all silly like the mayor.